even believes that part of 2012 may be signals from Cygnus. And Altair in Aquila, which is a very nearby star, which you're going to see in a second. This man is a retired astronomer, and these are difficult to read in here, but Guy Otwell's Astronomical Companion shows the set of 7 stars that are with our sun. Our sun's one of 7. There's Altair, there's Vega, Alpha Centauri's the closest, Sirius, and this is a suite of stars where it's very likely that ascended masters hang out, meaning leaving the Earth but still staying as on a neighboring star, broadcasting and connecting. And I think the Mayans know something about this as well. And here's one, you see Sirius here. Arcturus is close, only 26 to 30 light years. Edgar Cayce, I think probably David Wilcock, believe Hertak. Everybody sees Arcturus as the gateway in and out of our particular sector of space. In Britain, it's likely that there was really, the astronomy was way about the circumpolar stars. There are many people believing now, Barbara Henklau's written a good book about it, that it's only 14,000 years ago that we've had the 23.5 degree angle that creates the 26,000 year cycle. So, and according to one channel, the Watchers, a certain group of angels that watch over us, live only 4 or 5 light years away, like that's their home place. Now we're in a set of 8, which I'm going to go through pretty quickly, which were from the past 2 or 3 years. In Martinsell Hill, it was the first circle where it couldn't complete, right? There was a boundary, so I called it boundary issues, just to be a little cute. And I did an interesting meditation on it, and I realized, no, this is about a new way of looking at physics. You know, it used to be it was just particles and waves in physics. And now they're seeing loops and lots of things. It's a whole new model. So this particular starfish, one, it's regenerating. It's growing an extra arm. Most starfish have 5, right? So, and you can look at this, and in time you'll understand how many circles would be there if it went over. So it's about crossing the dimensional border. You have to do that with your visionary imagination. The oracle took me about 3 days to write because I'm a perfectionist with sonics. I don't know if perfectionist is the right word, but this is a spin on Coleman Barks's recreations from Rumi. There's a field light years beyond human ideas of good and evil, moral duality. Chaos and cosmos, that's Greek cosmology. Male and female, logos and eros, yin and yang, hadrons and leptons, insects and fixed stars. Insects and fixed stars is the 17th Mayan calendar. There's way more than one Mayan calendar. They have many calendars, probably 22. But if you think about it, an insect is like the smallest thing, and a fixed star is the largest thing. So they call it the calendar of insects and fixed stars. Sorry, I'll go back. We will meet you there, and that's Coleman, meaning that the beings who are in higher dimensions look at us kind of trapped in our duality matrix. But once we get through those dualities, then we can have a different level of vibrational attunement. How many people have read Dave's new book, Source Field Investigations? Just one? Really? In this whole room? Well, it's very, how many people go to David's site, Divine Cosmos? Well, half a dozen. David's doing an interesting work. You know, if you want to get the positive side of all the conspiracy stuff and the banking, some of which you're going to hear pretty soon at this conference, he's extraordinarily understanding about how we are going through a phase breakdown. You saw that with the Pluto in Capricorn that Jason was talking about. Many of our cultural institutions and what we see as present history are going to dissolve pretty quickly. Yes, do it.
I have a question. In this particular pictogram, it stops where grass starts. Now, as far as I understand it, it doesn't have to be wheat, it doesn't have to be anything in particular. It'll go on snow even, show. So why does it stop where the grass starts?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer of it, but I think the circle makers wanted us to visualize the rest of the field. And I assumed, up until you asked that question, that it couldn't be imprinted in the way that it was imprinted in the field on grass. But maybe it wouldn't have looked good. I don't know. It's a good question. Pardon? Speak up a little bit.
There was physical boundary, there was a sense of it.
Yes, a sense of a physical boundary. That's good. Okay, I've got limited time now. These are a multi-dimensional, beautiful circle with 9 meditators. There's actually 8, it's a cube, and there's 8 little cubes taken out, which is why I put it at 80. 80 in Hebrew is the Hebrew letter Phe. It has to do with spiraling energy and transformation, even transmutation. And then this was the last circle last year, and Karen Alexander pointed out that it's actually a 5th-dimensional geometric form. If you gaze at this enough, you're going to see cubes in here. It's a mathematical version of 5D. First time, and we'd been seeing the 4th-dimensional ones creep up in the couple years before, but this just opens it up really wide. I'm very hopeful that we're going to have another 5D this year, but because of all the rain, it's very hard. And I've heard that Eastfield's kind of closed down. So the meditation for this is from Jubilee Plantation, is with 10 deep breaths, descend and reascend your 5 distinct energy bodies, beginning at your soul star, above your crown chakra, and then open up your own 5th-dimensional viewing station. I recommend, as a meditation, that you do that, not right now, but before you go to bed, and then you meditate on your soul star, 12, 14 inches above your crown, then with 1 breath, then the pineal gland, then the heart, then the hara, then the root chakra, and come back up. It's a very simple meditation. It can be very powerful. Okay, and it even can be done in breath and blowing the breath out at each. Okay, next. This one I had the good fortune to be in the Poosie Vale at Churton Bottom for about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. It was extraordinarily joyful. Why 81? Because there's 3 sets of 27 circles, and then there's this open clasp. One could say that our consciousness is like an open clasp in our electromagnetic field. Every now and again we close the clasp, we open the clasp, just like breathing. Okay? Know that wherever you are in the great dance of life energy, your partner is nearby, but a heartbeat away, dancing that sacred spiral with you. So the joy of this circle is very high, so I called it Earth Rebirth Dance. And it appears, and this is the work of Walter Crittenden, and I'm heading off to a conference for him, who wrote a wonderful book called Lost Star of Myth and Time. We have a companion star in our big galactic orbit. I think it's Sirius B, because Sirius B weighs so much. I think Sirius B is like a galactic energy that everything nearby spins around. That's just my personal theory. I have to talk to Walter about that one. Okay, that's a lot of time. We're at 82. This was the Ore Golden section. All the crop circle meditations I've ever been, that was the most challenging. I was in it alone I was with a friend Susie. It was about 10 hours after it came down. I don't think anybody else had been in it. And it was very sober. It got written up on Crop Circle Connected and connected to the heart, because there's a heart-shaped copse of hawthorn trees, which is a remedy for the heart.